Hi there. Well, today's video is going to be all about my empties. There are quite a few of them. I haven't made an empties video since December, so there are a lot of things in here. I have both beauty and household products. We had talked a while back that I was going to start adding some household items, mostly cleaning products and things like that, just because it would add a little bit of variety, be something different, and talk to you about things that I've purchased for my home and whether or not I would buy those again. Before I jump into my empties, I did want to say really quickly though, thank you so much for your really awesome comments on my previous video about why I had stopped filming. I really appreciate them. They meant so much to me and I feel very, very supported, and I read through all those comments and then I read through them again, and I might read through them again because there was a lot of really heartfelt comments. There was a lot of great suggestions, and it just really made me feel like I was understood here on YouTube, and that where I was coming from made a little bit of sense, and also was something that a lot of you had been feeling as well. So again, thank you so much for all of those comments. They did mean a whole lot to me. So anyway, but let's get back to the empties, and I'm just going to dive in. I have everything mixed up, so I'm not going to divide them in beauty and household. We're just going to go for it. So the first thing that I have on top is a cleaning product. This was something I talked about in favorites a really long time ago. This is the Safe Light Auto Glass Cleaner, but my neighbor had given me a can of this, and it is such a fantastic glass cleaner. I use this on all of the mirrors and glass in my home, and I really love it. We have already repurchased it. I bought mine through Amazon. If you have a Safe Light Auto dealer near your home, I'm sure you could go and buy it with them in person, but it's just easy for me to have it delivered from Amazon. But it's just sort of a nice spray foaming cleaner. It doesn't streak. It cleans up really easily, and we just feel like this has done a really good job on all the glass in our home, and my husband likes it to clean our cars, the windshields inside and windows and things like that. So I can't recommend this enough. It is really worth it. The next thing that I have here is a beauty empty. This is the Matrix Biolage Color Last Shampoo. I bought this at Ulta, I believe, sometime last year because there was a sale. I think it was like buy two products, get one free. And I was actually looking for the bamboo version, the one that I've had for a long time, and they were out, so I bought this instead, and I've been really impressed with it. I am definitely going to repurchase it, and I'm going to get it in the jumbo size next with the pump. This has done such a good job with my hair. It just is a very simple shampoo, but it just seems to give my fine thin hair a little bit of volume, and it doesn't have my favorite fragrance. It's not that bad, it's just not that great. It's just kind of, you know, somewhere in between for me, but I love the way that it performs. So I'm also going to get the conditioner with this, and I love it. I am so pleased that I sort of happened upon that. I think it's been out for quite a long time. The next empty that I have is my Cetaphil Daily Facial Cleanser. I've already repurchased it. This is my go-to morning cleanser when I don't have any makeup on. I would not use this to remove makeup, but I just love the way it cleans my skin in a really gentle way and doesn't dry it out. It doesn't leave it feeling tight, just really, really balanced. So this was already repurchased for me, and then I already have the other one that I'm using, and I can say safely that I'll be continuing to use this for a long time to come. And unless something better comes around, this is just a really great, straightforward, gentle cleanser. The next thing I have here is from Bioderma. This is the Micellar Makeup Removing Cleansing Solution. I liked it. I thought it did a really good job, but I probably wouldn't go out of my way to order it again. I didn't feel like it performed better than some of my other makeup removing wipes and things like that. It's very gentle. It is a really nice makeup remover, but because of the price and having to order it, I probably just won't do that again, but it is a very nice product. Next I have the Soft Scrub with Bleach Cleanser. I always like to have some sort of cleanser like this on hand to scrub out my sinks and bathtubs and anywhere that might need a little bit of brightening. But I won't repurchase this formula. I have already repurchased the Soft Scrub Gel with bleach. This is just pretty thick. It almost has a little bit of a toothpaste type consistency, and I find that it's really hard to get out of the container. So there's even still a little bit down here in the bottom that I just can't get out. It's gotten so thick. And every time I would go to use this, I'd have to really, really shake the bottle hard to get it out, and it not a lot would come out at a time. And I also felt like it didn't rinse very well. It didn't rinse clean very well, and there would be a grit left over wherever I used it. So I won't get this particular formula, but their gel version, yes, I already have purchased that, and I really like it. I think this that gel version may not have been available last time I bought this or something, because typically I wouldn't get this. So not something I like, but their other version, yes. Okay, next I have a package here of the CVS Beauty 360 Ultra Premium Cotton Squares. I buy these over and over again, so I already have a replacement of these, and they're really great cotton squares, very comparable to the Shiseido. And then something that shows up in my empties all the time, and fortunately my mother has restocked me on these. These are the Trader Joe's Makeup Remover Cleansing Wipes. I've mentioned these 1,000 times in these videos, but here are 2 that I used up, and like I said, my mom and dad came to visit at the end of January. She brought me a whole bunch of them, so I am stocked up again. I really hope we get a Trader Joe's here someday, so that it's not either a really far drive or my mom doesn't have to keep doing this for me, but they're really nice to have. Next I have, this is from, well, I buy it at Target. I'm sure you can get it other places, but this is the Method Gel Hand Wash Refill. And what I love about this is the fragrance. This is in the Sweet Water scent. So I use this to refill the hand pumps that we have around our house in the bathrooms. And it's just the nicest, fresh, clean smell. I think this is the second one that I've purchased, and I actually forgot I was at Target this week. I need to buy another one, but this is completely empty. And we just really like it. If this came in a body wash, that would be something I would purchase, but at least we have it for our hands, and it's just really nice. Love it. Next I have here, this is from Clean and Clear. This is the Essentials Deep Cleansing Toner, or Deep Cleaning Toner. I thought this was okay. It has a small amount of salicylic acid, which is 0.5%. I actually have one from Neutrogena that I purchased that I like a little bit better. This didn't do a bad job, and it's good for sensitive skin, but I needed something that just a little bit stronger. So as we move into the warmer, humid season here, I'll have a little bit more issue with acne, especially around my hairline, ears, kind of neck in that area. Perspiring a little bit more, and just, you know, cell phones and things like that. So I'll just kind of use this around the edges of my face. But the Neutrogena just has a little bit more salicylic acid. I think it was 2%. So this is good, especially if you're very sensitive. I would recommend it, but for me, I just need something a little bit stronger. Next I have the Gold Bond Restoring Lightweight Moisture with CoQ10. I didn't really care for this, but it wasn't as much about the product as it was the fragrance. This does say that it is has a light, fresh scent, and I just didn't care for it. I think it is the fragrance that is across a lot of their fragrance lotions, and I thought this was pretty good, but the fragrance really turned me off, so I didn't finish this. There's still probably about 25% of it in here, but I wouldn't buy it again, and I don't want to finish it. It just, I don't know, I just didn't really care for that at all. I do have a new Holy Grail lotion I'm going to be talking to you about, my favorites video, though, that I'm blown over by. So next up I have from Aveeno, this is the Positively Smooth Shave Gel. This was the first time I'd ever used this, and I have already repurchased it. I really like this. This has prevented me from getting razor burn better than any of the other products for shaving that I've used. And what attracted me to this is that it said you would need to shave less over time. But what I haven't really been able to figure out is what ingredient does that or why it does that. So I can't really verify that. I've been using this for a few months now, I would say. I haven't really noticed a big difference, to be honest with you, but I have repurchased it and I do really like it. It's got a very subtle fragrance to it, and it does create a really nice barrier that seems to prevent razor burn. Typically places I would get it on my thighs and things. So I really, really do like this quite a bit. And I'm sorry, I should mention this does have a blue cap on it. If you're buying it at the store, it's this sort of blue, because I think their other one might be a deeper blue, but it would probably be a little easier to identify if I had left that on there, but I always just throw them away. Next up, I have the Lancome Bifacile Eye Makeup Remover. This is such a great product. I've not repurchased it. I typically wait till there's a sale or a Sephora sale or something like that. I really do like it, but it is expensive for something that I use so often and use every day and go through pretty quickly. So right now I'm just using the Neutrogena product, but I do really like this. This is probably always going to be my most favorite eye makeup remover and the one that I think works the best, but there are a lot of other alternatives that don't cost quite so much. Next I have from L'Oreal, this is the Boosted High Lift Creation Spray. This was a really great product and worked very well, but I didn't repurchase it. I really didn't like the fragrance of this because it's quite strong, but I have found a replacement product I'm also going to be talking about in my favorites from Redken that I think works just as well, if not better, and it does have a fragrance, but not quite as strong as this one. So this is really nice. I would recommend it, but I am going to use my new alternative. Next up is another Aveeno product. This is the Daily Moisturizing Body Wash. This is something that I just always have on hand. I already have repurchased it. It just does really well with my skin. Again, it doesn't dry it out, but it's not overly creamy. It doesn't leave me greasy. It's easy to rinse, and I've always liked the fragrance of it. So this is just something I always have in my shower. I kind of like to have a few different, like a bar soap and a body wash or a few body washes, but this is one that I always have in the rotation. Okay, there are quite a few mascaras down here, so I'm going to start going through these. The first one is Maybelline Great Lash. Would not purchase it again. I don't know why I purchased it. I think every couple of years I feel compelled to try it again because it's such a classic cult favorite. But for my lashes, it doesn't work well at all, and I'm going to try to make it a point to remember to not buy this for myself again because I just don't like it at all. But the next one I have here is the Maybelline Colossal Volume Express. I love this one. I've already repurchased this a couple of times. This works really well with my lashes. This is the non-waterproof version, and it works almost as well as the Maybelline Full and Soft, which is my holy grail in their waterproof formula. Not quite as well. It's not quite as light and feathery. But this one is definitely a great substitute if you don't want to mess with that waterproof formula. And then I've got a couple in here that were samples at one time, so let me just bring all these out. So this is Lancome. This is the Defenicils. I've never really liked this mascara. I know a lot of people really do, but it's probably just my lashes, but this has never really wowed me. But next I have the Lancome Hypnos Drama, and this is one that I really like. One thing that I don't like about it is that it tends to go pretty clumpy pretty quickly in the tube for me. So you're paying a little bit more for it, and I do think you really do get those results. It really builds up the lashes and makes them look nice. But then when it gets clumpy so quickly, and I feel like I don't get the use out of it that I would something like this, kind of makes me not want to purchase it, although I really, really do like it. So I'm kind of on the fence about that. I might repurchase it if there was a good sale, or I love getting these little samples, but not something that I would keep probably in all the time rotation. And then finally I have a Dior Show mascara. I got this as a sample, and when I use it, for some reason this really irritated my lashes and caused a lot of itching and redness at my lash line. So I thought that it worked really well as a mascara. I thought it had a nice light feathery appearance when I used it on my lashes, and I really liked it, but because of the irritation I would not purchase it. And let's see, a few more eye products in here. Oh, here was another one of the Maybelline Colossal Volume. I told you I bought this a few times already. And then I've got the Maybelline Lash Discovery Mini Brush. I've not repurchased this just because I haven't remembered to get it when I've been out at Walgreens or something, but I really do like this. This is the one with the tiny little brush that is great for bottom lashes or the inner lashes. This is really great. I love it for that. It just is so easy to work with and a really nice formula. And then I have the Makeup Forever Aqua Liner. This is in the color, I think this was Espresso, and it doesn't say on here. But this is a really great liner, but I am really into the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner now. So this isn't something I would purchase again. The Kat Von D is the same color, but it actually wears a little bit better for me, and it applies a little bit more easily. And this one, a lot of product tended to come out at once, and the Kat Von D seems a little bit easier for me to control. So while I do really like this, the Kat Von D is just something I know that I'm going to continue to repurchase. And then before I found the Kat Von D or this Makeup Forever, this was the L'Oreal Liner Intense, and I don't even think they're making this color anymore. This was the Earthen Rock Brown, I believe. I can't even read this, it's so tiny, but I think it was called Earthen Rock Brown. This was a really great product, but after the last time or two I purchased it, the formula seemed to not be quite as good anymore, and I noticed when I would curl my lashes with my curler, it would start to pull off the product, and so I kind of started getting turned off by it a little bit. It was always a really great price point, of course, but I do believe it's been discontinued and they only have the black now, so probably not going to be an option for me anyway. And then something else I have here is the Lorac Behind the Scenes Eye Primer. This was one that probably came with a palette. I always thought this was really great. I really like it, but I have found something new that's also going to be my favorites that is Holy Grail. It's been a total game changer for me. So this is good, but not as good as what I'm going to talk to you about in my favorites video. So, and then next I have the Anastasia Brow Wiz. This is in taupe. I love this. I already have a backup of it. I have a few different brow products in rotation, a couple that I got as samples, and then a couple that I buy, like the NYX Micro Brow and this one. All really great. Probably of all of my brow products, this one is my favorite. But yeah, I like this one, but there are just a few things I'm trying to work through right now. And then, let's see, a soap that I really like that I have purchased a large size of because I like the fragrance so much is new from Dove. This is the Dove Go Fresh. This is, well, it doesn't even say on here, but it's pear and aloe. And this fragrance is so fresh. So if you like their cucumber and green tea, this would be something that you would really love. I'm pretty sure it's called pear and aloe, but it doesn't even say on here. But Rejuvenate. Go Fresh Rejuvenate is this version of it, and I think they have it in a body wash, but I really like the bar, and my husband does too, so I bought this a couple of times in the 1 or 2 pack, I believe, and then I went ahead and bought the big 8 pack of it because we like it so much. So we've been using a lot of those, and I've gone through quite a few, but I just wanted to save one of these boxes to talk to you about. And then finally I have the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade. I'm sorry, I haven't used this in quite a while, so this is something that I never did quite fully finish. I got pretty close, but then it got pretty dry, and it is so great. It's a great product, but it does take a little bit more time to work with. It seemed like when I first got it and it was a little fresher, a little newer, it was really quick for me to go through my brows with this, and it just seemed really easy to work with. But then as it got a little older, a little drier, it would take me a lot longer. And so I kind of just decided over time that the pencils were just probably easier overall. But this is something that I did really like and get a lot of good use out of for a while. And then finally, I have a hand cream here that I finished, and I'm not even sure if this brand's available anymore. This was from Ginger & Company, and it was sold at Ulta for a while. I think it's very similar to the Soap & Glory brand. It kind of seemed to have a similar type of marketing and vibe to it. And this smells really good. It's very unique. But it is a little bit strong. It has rose and mallow in it, and I think if you don't like strong fragrances, this would be very overwhelming. I happen to really like it, and it was so different than anything else I had. I probably wouldn't repurchase it just because I have some other lotions that I really need to get through that I have quite a few of. And like I said, I'm not even sure they have this brand anymore, but this is really good if you're looking for something different for a maybe bedside hand cream or something. So again, this is Ginger & Company, the Hand It To Me Dreamy Hand Cream. And that's it. That is everything that is in my empties this time around. Next up will be my favorites video. Hopefully I will get to that in the next week or so. But I thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you very soon. Bye-bye.